For centuries, the ocean has guarded its darkest secrets. Beneath the surface, beyond the reach of light, ancient predators still lurk. Creatures so powerful, so relentless, that they have turned myth into bloody reality. Tonight, we dive into chilling true stories where the ocean itself became a merciless predator. Tales where survival was not a right, but a desperate fight against the unknown. The attack in Madagascar. And our first story takes us back to 1889, to the isolated shores of Madagascar, where something monstrous rose from the depths. In 1889, far from the bustling cities of Europe, a mining engineer named G.H. Haidt found himself in Majanga, a lonely village perched on the edge of Bambatasca Bay in Madagascar. He had come seeking fortune, but what he found was fear. The villagers rushed toward him one morning, their faces twisted in terror. Hands waved wildly toward the sea, their voices rising into a frantic chorus. Haidt did not understand their language, but he understood the panic. Gestures mimicking something long and serpentine filled the air. A creature from nightmares, they said, had risen from the depths. According to their desperate accounts, it had appeared during a routine fishing trip. From beneath the calm bay, a massive dark green serpent surged forth, longer than any ship, its body as thick as a barrel, its scales glinting like polished silver dollars under the African sun. The fishermen tried to flee, paddling for their lives, but the beast was faster. With terrifying ease, it overtook the canoe, snapping its stern and powerful jaws. Men were hurled into the water, their screams merging with the roaring sea. One fisherman was caught mid-swim, and before horrified eyes, the monster lifted him high into the air. The villagers watched in helpless horror as the creature sucked the struggling man into its gaping maw, disappearing with a terrible suction sound into the swirling waters. Shaken but determined, Haidt and a small group of armed companions set out to find the beast. With heavy elephant rifles clutched tightly, they scoured the bay, every sense sharpened by fear. And then, it came. A dark shape roiled beneath the surface, before breaking free. A massive scaled head, crowned with thick bristles, rising high above the waves. Its eyes burned with a primal rage. They fired. Bullet after bullet tore through the humid air. But it was as if they were shooting stone. Roaring in frustration, the creature thrashed violently, churning the bay into a furious froth before slipping back beneath the waves, leaving only silence and the taste of fear in the salty air. The monster of Madagascar slipped back into the depths, unseen but never forgotten. Yet, halfway across the world, another terror was waiting. In the warm waters off the coast of Florida, an ancient predator would once again rise from the mist to hunt. March 24th, 1962. Off the coast of Pensacola, Florida, a group of 5 friends embarked on a dive near the wreck of the USS Massachusetts. The waters were calm, the sky golden with the setting sun. It was supposed to be an afternoon of exploration and adventure, but nature had other plans. A sudden storm swept in, fierce and fast. Before they could react, the wind tore across the water, pushing their small raft farther and farther from the safety of the coast. Then, the fog came. A suffocating wall of mist swallowed them whole, leaving them adrift in a ghostly void. Through the dense haze they heard it, a low, ominous rumble, like something massive disturbing the depths. At first, it was just a shape, a fleeting silhouette moving just beyond sight. McCleary, one of the divers, described it as a telephone pole rising from the water with a grotesque, bulbous head. As the creature emerged closer, its features became horrifyingly clear. A long, serpentine neck, dark green and slimy, ending in a head that resembled a monstrous sea turtle, but with sharp, glinting teeth, and 2 large, predatory green eyes. Without warning, it struck. The monster surged forward from the mist, seizing one of the men with terrifying speed, dragging him beneath the waves before he could even scream. Panic erupted. The survivors clung desperately to the remains of their raft, but the creature circled back again and again. One by one, they vanished into the fog and the sea. Only McCleary survived, by a miracle, managing to drift toward the wreckage of the USS Massachusetts and cling to its mast for safety. When authorities searched the waters later, they found only one body. The official cause of death? Drowning. But McCleary never changed his story. He insisted until his dying day that something ancient and deadly had hunted them that night, something the world was never meant to see. The fog off Pensacola swallowed its secrets, leaving only shattered memories and unanswered questions behind. But long before that stormy night, on the opposite side of the Atlantic, another beast had already left its mark. In the year 1818, off the rugged coast of Gloucester, Massachusetts, the ocean would once again reveal that some nightmares are very, very real. The year was 1818. The Atlantic winds howled across the coast of Gloucester, Massachusetts, a rugged frontier between civilization and the unknown. Aboard the fishing schooner, Armament of Hingham, Captain Joseph Woodward and his crew spotted what they first believed to be wreckage drifting silently in the waves. Curious and cautious, they steered closer, only to realize their mistake. The wreckage began to move. From the rolling seas, an enormous serpent rose, easily over 130 feet long. Its body armored with jointed plates like a monstrous backbone, glistening in the dim light. Its head, twice the size of a longboat, lifted above the water, jaws gaping wide, rows of sharp teeth catching the fleeting sunlight. Without hesitation, the creature charged. Woodward, heart pounding, fired his musket directly at the monster's head. The shot hit true, but instead of blood, there was a metallic clang, as if he had fired against solid rock. Roaring with rage, the serpent dove beneath their ship, its powerful tail churning the sea into a frenzy. For the next 5 hours, the schooner was locked in a deadly dance. The monster circled, lunged, and dove under them, each attack threatening to capsize their fragile vessel. The crew fought to stay up, firing when they could, praying that the monster would tire before they did. Miraculously, the schooner held. As night fell, the beast finally sank back into the depths, leaving behind only shattered nerves and a haunting memory that would live with them forever. The surface of the ocean may seem calm, even beautiful, but beneath, in the endless black, ancient eyes may still be watching. We call them myths, we call them legends, but what if the truth is far more terrifying? Somewhere out there, in the forgotten corners of our world, monsters still wait. Do you dare believe?